So this is session 5, January 21. In der Dosiker, Eignaltiker, freilich, treuleriker, Vorstadt, für Ferreira, hat der 18-jährige Mail gelegt dem Fundament von seinem Leben, angeheben mit Simcha, mit großer Hoffnungen. So in this, and now this word, is it peculiar, happy, sad, suburb? Is that a correct translation of the word? This peculiar, happy, sad mixture of feelings, suburb of Ferreira, the 18-year-old mayor, laid the foundation of his life, started with happiness and with great hopefulness. Zalman hat ihm angestellt als sein Schochet auf der Boine. So Zalman had installed him as the slaughterer in the slaughterhouse. The Hiver Shochet, I have to see that here. The Hiner Shochet in Jatke und herumzufahren mit der Schwarze, aufnehmen und opfern Bestellungen auf Fleisch. So Zalman had appointed mayor as his slaughterer in the slaughterhouse. He was the chicken slaughterer in the butcher shop, and to ride around with a black person, he was receiving and distributing orders of meat. Zalman hat ihm Meirin gesagt. Zalman said to Meir, ob du wirst sich lassen lernen und tun, if you permit yourself, if you learn and you do, was gute und fromme Leid heißen dir zum guten tun, and you do what good and righteous, religious people tell you to do, zum guten tun. I don't know what guten means in there, to do the right way, or to instruct you.
To do the right thing, I think.
Do the right thing. Wirst du dich werden a Leid mit Leiden gleich. You will quickly become an equal with honorable people. You will develop yourself nicely. Sein Vater hat ihm gesagt, jetzt wirst du euch haben mehr Zeit zu lernen. And his father told him, now you're going to have more time to learn. Du wirst anheben besuchen an Abendschule for English. You are going to look for an evening school to learn English. Wenn du wirst schon können sich zu Neufrieden in der Dosiker Sprach, wird Zalman sicher dir geben mehr verantwortlicher Arbeit und hören dein Lohn. When you know the language, when you'll have a good, when you'll connect well with the language, certainly Zalman will give you more responsible work and a higher wage. Wirst öfter kriegen a Stelle als Reverend in irgendeiner Städte. Perhaps you will get a position as a reverend in some little town. I guess that's what his father hoped for him. A dira een essen wird dir nicht kosten. You don't have to pay for rent or for food. Du wirst sein zusammen mit mir. You'll be with me. Du wirst können sparen a Pfund. You'll be able to save a pound here or there. You'll have minimal expenses. Moshe hat zusammengenommen seine Cheshbonas. Moshe took together or put together his papers, his accounts. Hat es herumgebunden mit der Strickel, tie them up with a string, und es versteckt in a Schuflodel, and put them into a drawer. Von einem Papiersäckel, was is die ganze Zeit gelegen auf den Tisch, from the paper sack, which all the time was on the table, hat herausgenommen 2 Äpfel und langt Meir einem. He took out 2 apples and he gave 1 to Meir. Macheldicker Äpfel. I don't, does this mean like splendid apples, wonderful apples, hat gesucht. Tasty apples, a Michael, good apples.
Michael Dick,
Good.
tasty apples.
Tasty apples. He said, this is a tasty apple. Mit der kleinen Messerl hat geschleit sein eigenem Apple. With a small knife, he started peeling his own apple. Gerät still, mild. And he was speaking quietly and gently to his son Meir. Es is a Tragödie, als man kann nicht kommen zu a Tachlis in einem Land von geboren. It's a tragedy that we can't amount to anything. We can't come to anything in the land of our birth. Wenn jo wollten wir heint gewähn aheim, alle zusammen. If that had been possible, we would today all be in the home, everybody together. Aber hat sich getreist, was is de Peula von Trachten, was es wollt gewähn. But he comforted himself, treist. What's the value of thinking what would have been? Hat geguckt auf Meeren mit der Rachmanis Blick. He looked at Meir with a Rachmanis, with gentleness, with kindliness. Rachmanis is
See, perhaps
say again.
Compassion.
Compassion, with a compassionate look,
Yeah.
Yeah. Hat gesucht. Ich verstehe. Ich bin begreif. Als für dir ist es a große Enttäuschung. I understand. I comprehend that for you, it's a big disappointment. Als anstatt zu sitzen und lernen, zu studieren, wie du hast gewahrt, ehe du bist gekommen. It's a big disappointment for you that instead of sitting and learning as you had expected before you arrived, zum Sof wärst du schochet und wirst tun an Arbeit, was wird öfter nicht sein dir zum Herzen. Now, at the end, you will become a slaughterer, and you'll do a work that really isn't, it doesn't fit with your desires. It's not, it doesn't suit your heart. Ich feel mit dir. I understand you. I don't want to use the expression, I feel your pain, but I understand how you
Yes.
feel.
I feel for you. I feel
I feel
for
for
you.
you. I feel for you. I feel for you. Lass mich dir erzählen etwas von sich allein. Let me tell you something about myself. Ich hab in meinen jungen Jahren gehabt, Cheshek zu lernen. Also, I had in my young years a great desire to learn. Aber wenn ich hab gesehen die Armkeit in Haus, but when I saw the poverty in the house, und als mein Tate, dein Seide, wemens Namen du tragst, and when I saw my father, your grandfather, after whom you are named, jogt sich heraus die Neshama arbeitnik, and I saw the way my father was rushing around, and rushing his soul around to work. Bin ich weg zum einzigen Teppel in unserer Städte und Gebettenarbeit. I went to a potter in our town and I asked for work. Das bissel Schelemäusen, was ich kann, hab ich aufgehabt in die lange Winterabenden oder in die Sommerbeginnens. So the little morsel, I guess he means a little morsel of learning, which I was able to catch, was in the long winter nights or in the summer beginnings, in the summer, in the early mornings of the summer. I was able to catch it. Excuse me?
Dawns.
Beginning, yes. In the dawns. So those were the few moments I was able to study just for a bit. I'll read just a bit more before Elke. Why am I telling you this? Hat betracht dem halb abgeschalten Apple, wie wollt auf der gesucht, dem Entfer auf sein eigener Frage. He was looking at this half-peeled apple as though he was looking for an answer for his own question. Ich erzähl es dir, gedeiht zu sollst verstehen, als ich bin nicht kein Gaslen. Und ich hab a Stickel Gefühl für geistige Unionen. I tell you this so that you will understand that I am not a Goslin is a thief, a robber, or some sort of a criminal person. And I have a little bit of a feeling for intellectual matters. Als ich kann verstehen und mitfühlen dein Enttäuschung. I understand and I have a feeling for your disappointment. Und die Verdrussen von Menschen, wenn der Schicksal stellt sie sich auszuleben, Leuten ihre Wünschen und Strömungen. And I understand your disappointment and also the resentment of those people who have been prevented from living out their lives as they would have wished, according to their wishes and aspirations. Wollte ich gewähnt vermöglich, wollte ich gesagt, if it had been possible, I would have said to you, gut, mein Kind, sitz und lern, studier, wer groß und berühmt. I would have said to you, good, my child, sit and learn and study and become important, big and important, weil ich in mein Alter, then in my old age, sich warmen beim Feier von dein Großkeit. Then in my old age, I could sit by the illumination, by the glory of your greatness. Aber wie mein Vater war mir, bin ich euch arm and krank. Like my father, for me, I am poor. I am poor and sick, mid und zerbrochen, tired and broken. Das Stuppen dem Wegele, the pushing and pulling of the cart, das nicht der Essen und nicht der Schlafen, not eating properly and not sleeping properly, der ganze Mioiser, hindische Leben, my whole ugly and dog-like life hat mich zermollen, gelosen Scharben. Und ob ich jog und habe noch, ist es nicht mehr wie das Impet, was treibt, die Neut, was jogt. Aha. And this life with not adequate food and sleep has left me just like a skull. And if I still rush around and hover, if I still am busy rushing, it's not more than momentum that's driving me. The need that pushes me along. Ein Mol, ein Tag, will ich mistoma wegfallen, wie ein ausgemutscheter Feld. One day, I'm going to fall down. Apparently, I'm going to just fall apart like a used out animal.
Horse.
Yeah. All right, Elke. Thank you.
Es ist geworden still. It got quiet. Der Lempel auf der Wand hat etwas geräuchert. The little lamp on the wall was going out. Can I say that? It was smoking.
No, but etwas. A little. It's like, now isn't that German, Moshe? Etwas.
Sorry, I don't know if etwas is German.
Okay, all right. You don't have to be sorry.
It's from many years ago, so I remember some things. But etwas is Yiddish.
Yeah.
Where it comes from, I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Moshe ist gesessen, gebeugen in Zween. In Zween. So Moshe sat down. Was meant gebeugen in Zween?
He's like bowed in, broken in two. He's bowed in double. He's bent over. I think it's like he's bent in two.
Doubled over.
Doubled over. Bent into just. He's an ausgemutscheter Feld.
He's an exhausted horse.
Right.
Meeren hat sich ausgewiesen, als sein Vater weint. Meir realized that his father was weeping. Hat gesagt, he said, "Jetzt, wenn du hast mir erzählt von sich, versteh ich dir besser und fühl dir mit tiefer. Just now when you were telling me about yourself, I understood you better and my feeling grew deeper for you. Ich, Vater, Nicht von dir kein Carbonis. I don't hold any resentment against you.
I
No.
don't
Oib,
demand
I don't demand any
any.
sacrifices.
Okay.
I
Oib
think that's
Carbonis.
Carbonus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not asking, Papa, I'm not asking you for anything.
Yeah. Oib Carbonis wird sein unvermeidlich, will ich es mekorib sein.
Makriv.
Makriv sein. So if a sacrifice is necessary, I'll be satisfied.
Is
So
unavoidable.
it's then
Sacrifice is
I'll
unavoidable.
then
Unvermeidlich is avoidable.
is
Unavoidable.
Unavoidable.
Then I'll
Yeah.
sacrifice myself.
I see.
I'll be the sacrifice. You're not going to be the sacrifice. I'll be the sacrifice.
Moshe hat geschmeichelt. Moshe smiled. Meers Wörter haben ihm beruhigt und zufrieden gestellt. Meir's words calmed him down and made him feel better. Hat sich ausgegleicht und angeguckt Meeren. He was pleased and he looked at Meir.
He
Hat gesagt,
straightened himself up.
ausgegleicht is straightened himself up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Hat gesagt, he said, das Leben hat mir gelernt, als zu sein ein ehrlicher und produktiver Mensch ist nicht nötig, kein Diplom von einem Doktor oder a Filler, nicht kein Smeches auf Ravinus. So life has taught me that to be could you move it back down one line, please, Marcia? There. Has taught me that to be a good productive person, you don't need any diplomas or be a doctor, or even you don't need any or rabbinical ordination to be a rabbi. Und noch etwas hat ich gelernt, and here's something else that I learned. Ob man will verstehen das Leben und sein Neunt zu ihm und begreifen Menschen, ist nicht dafür nötig zu gehen in eine Universität oder lernen in einer Yeshiva. If one wants to understand life and be, was is Neunt?
Close to.
Sorry?
If you want to understand the life and close, Noint is in close to it.
Oh, thank you. Close to it, and be respected by men. Could I say that? There's
Begreifen, I think, is to understand.
Or comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
And to understand people, you don't even need to go to any university or study in a yeshiva. Das Ort der Fahr ist die Gas, die Heiser, sitzen beim Schneider und Schuster. The main thing is the street, the houses, and to sit with the tailors and the shoemakers. Beim Feuer in sein Gatte, bei, bei sein Arbeit auf dem Feld, sich zu hören zu seiner Rede und sich zu gucken zu seinem Meshim.
Maisim,
Maisim, their stories. Okay. So
the deeds.
you have to sit by the. What's mein Poyer?
A peasant.
You have to be with the peasants in their little cottages and see their work out in the field and listen to their speech and contemplate or look at their stories. Emes.
All their deeds.
Sorry?
Maisim, I think, are their deeds, what they do.
Oh, okay, thank you. Emes Davke, das führt oft zu unnötige
Machshavas.
Machshavas. Okay, I'm sorry, I just need help with that whole sentence.
Ja, so Emes Davke, das führt oft zu unnötige Machshavas. It's true that this leads often to sad or cheerless thoughts.
Okay, I think I should pass the baton to the next person.
Just
gloomy thoughts.
About the Martim, where you said stories, you were thinking of mices.
Yes.
So the one is feminine, and a mice is a story. Mices are stories, and but ma'asim are deeds. So it's easy to confuse them.
Thank you.
But it's a nice distinction. It's a nice way of remembering it. Thank you. I'll remember. I hope I remember it.
No, exactly. Okay. Du findest euch die Schwelles von einem Mensch. You discover the humility, the humbleness of the individual. Du treffst auf Menschen, welche handeln the Hippuch von seiner Rede. You meet people who do the opposite of what they say. Menschen, welche seien frum vor der Welt, people who are religious in the open to the world, and good Nord for sich, but really only look after themselves. They're only good for themselves. Kein emes, kein yosher, no truth, no honesty. Dann vergisst du sich, and then you forget yourself. Was ist das Leben? What's this life?
Dann fragt,
then you ask.
Sorry, dann fragt sich. Then you ask yourself.
Dann fragt sich, you ask yourself, ja. Was ist das Leben? What is this life about? Wenn ich fortgegangen in die Wegen von jener verwemmen Glauben, Ehrlichkeit und Menschlichkeit seien nicht mehr wie schöne Phrasen. If I would go in the ways of that person for whom belief, honesty, and humaneness are not more than beautiful phrases, kann sein, it could be, as mein Leben volt ausgewählt geringer, it could be that my life could also have been easier, angenehmer, more pleasant, aber ich habe es nicht gekonnt. But I couldn't do it.
Excuse me, can I ask about the word angenehmer? Does that mean pleasant, or does it mean conventional?
I think that's aangenaam. Jacob will help us. I think aangenaam in Afrikaans is pleasant, and I assume that it's ongenehm.
Ongenehmer. I always thought that was like conventional, like, it would have been easier and
It's a good question. I'll look it up now.
All right. Well, no, you don't have to look it up now. It's a word that comes up again in this paragraph, and I had some struggles with it. So no,
Right.
don't look it up now. We'll save it for another time.
I'll
Ongenemel.
look it up at the end. Okay.
Mhm.
I understood it also as being more pleasant
More pleasant.
Oh,
Ongenemel.
from the
right.
From
yeah ungenehme, more pleasant.
more.
Ungenehm is pleasant, and ungenehmer is
More pleasant.
the degree of comparison.
Uh-huh.
It's more.
Okay. So okay. There. Thank you.
Ich kann nicht und ich will Taka euch nicht. And I also don't want sich über andersen to change myself. Ich habe ein Glauben, I have a belief, ich habe ein Bog und ein Maß, I have a weight and a measure, was es ist recht und unrecht, what is right and what is not right. Und wenn ich sehe, dass alles herum mir falle ich herein in ein Jeusch. And when I see all this around me, I am disappointed or despairing. Es ist möglich, it's possible, als ich bin ein Meshuggah in our world. It's possible that I am a crazy in a sane world. Hat sich aufgehoben. He stood up. Mein Philosophie klingt für dir gewiss schöner. My philosophies must sound strange to you, altmodisch, old-fashioned. In die letzten paar 20 Jahren ob man Sach ungenommener Begriffen sich gebeten. In the past decades, many accepted concepts have changed. Aber ich sage dir, but I tell you, ob du hast ein Glauben, if you have a belief, an ideal, an ideal, a reiner, a pure one, a würdiger, worthy, und du bist tief überzeugt in der Ehrmäßigkeit und Jeuchertigkeit davon, and you are deeply persuaded of the truth and the correctness of it, dann sollen Beisitzinger, then angry tongues, Spott und Gelächter dir nicht abkehren davon, then angry tongues, teasing and people laughing at you will not turn you away from the right way. Und etwas wird dir auskommen zu leiden davon, and if it should perhaps happen that you will suffer for it, sage ich dir, I tell you, leid, suffer, soft, but der Emmes siegen. In the end, very hopeful, truth will be victorious.
Like Boimel oif Wasser. But can I just say one thing? You see the word ongenemel, and then there's the word ongenumene.
I think it's different. Ungenommen.
Yeah, apparently it is. And I didn't. So ongenemel is pleasant, and ongenumenel
is
is accepted or conventional. That's the
Accepted,
convention.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is David here?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll carry on for another paragraph. Kapitel 7. Zalman is given frum. Zalman was frum, fanatisch frum, fanatically religious. Manchmal dem seinen vorgekommen ständige sich suchen zwischen ihm mit seinen Kindern. And because of this, there were always debates between him and his children. Nicht Ruvain, der Zionist, und nicht Bathsheba, die Sozialistke, seinen gewähnt from neither Ruvain, the Zionist, and neither Bathsheba, the socialist, were religious. When bei Salmen pflegt sich aufregen und stürmen auf die Kinder zu lieb etwas, And when Zalman would get angry and storm at the children about something, was Leut sein, Einstellung ist es nicht gewesen religiös genug, because according to his perspective, it was not religious enough that Gittel sein auf der Zeit when the Kinder, his wife Gittel would take the kids' side. Dann vielleicht schon Salman unfallen auf sein, weil then Salman would attack his wife. Schämen darfst du sich. You should be ashamed. Du kommst von an orthodoxischer Haus. You come from a orthodox home. Gittel hat schon gehabt in ihr Geräten, and for Gittel already had her her prepared answer. Wenn mein Vater hat gesehen, wenn mein Dad so, als seine Kinder neigen ab von dem Weg, that his children are turning away from the correct road, in welcher vault in which he would have liked them to go. Gosh, I've lost it. Uh, oh,
Als
wel,
sollen gehen.
games.
Hat er nicht gemacht.
als hij zo'n geen, als hij zo'n geen, had hij niet gemacht, geen scandalen. When he saw that they would go on roads that they shouldn't go, he didn't make a scandal, wie du tust das, as you are doing. Er hat nur gesagt, he only said, der Iker is, the essential is, als hij sollen bleiben hidden, that they should remain Jews. Ob they verfehlen to daven, and if they omit, or if they fail to pray, is this an ethics zwischen Gott and say, that's a matter between them and God. Ja, ein orthodoxischer Haus, aber auch seicheliger. Yes, an orthodox home, but a sensible home. Therefore haben wir alle Chasna gehabt mit Jeden, and that's why we all marry Jews and Kinder von fanatischer, frommer Eltern, also children, und Kinder von fanatischer, frommer Eltern bei sich haben geheiratet mit Nicht-Jeden. And I know that children of fanatically religious parents have married non-Jews, Gentiles. Und unsere Kinder and our children, was sie zugegeben mit Stolz, she said very proudly, seinen und wollen bleiben, jeden aber viele sie laufen nicht dreimal am Tag zum Beis Midrash. And they will remain Jews even if they don't go to shul 3 times a day. Vielleicht soll man schon rausgehen, murmelendig etwas für sich. So soll man would then leave murmuring something to himself. Hat gewusst, he knew, as in sein eigener Haus is gewesen machtlos. He knew that he was powerless in his own house. Aber in Komiteten und congregation, but in the committees and in the congregation, to welcher is gewesen ungeschlossen, that he was tied up to, is in Verhandlungen wegen allgemeiner kahalischer Unionen is gewesen fest in dealings about general congregational matters. He was firm, entschlossen, decided, durchzuführen, entschlossen durchzuführen, to carry through, und hat das treu durchgeführt sein Willen. And in the majority of cases, he carried out his will. Und hat gewusst, wenn you als hinter seiner Vorschlagen und Forderungen stecken nicht kein persönlicher Pnies. They knew that behind his proposals and demands, there were no biased or something that would benefit him, um, ambitious ambitions, nor aufrichtige Kabonas, but upright desires, so tobat die Anstalten for the good of the institutions und gesellschaftlicher Arbeit and the communal work. Men had gewusst, they knew Zalman is an ehrlicher Mensch. They knew that Zalman was honest, is ständig great to help jeder einem in Anoit, ready to help everyone if they needed. Wenn hat gesagt, Meyer, when he told Meyer, als wird in a kurzer Zeit gegeben, a Gelegenheit zu werden, a Light zwischen Leid, when he told Meyer that he would, in a short time, give him the opportunity to be counted among people, is gewesen ernst damit. He really meant it. Hat viel Zeit und me abgegeben. He gave up plenty of time and effort und Geduld vernetzt and used patience, Meiren zu lernen, wie zu machen, wurscht, to teach Meir how to make bologna, then, ten räuchern Fleisch. I'm not sure if that's two räuchern Fleisch, but I think it's two smoked meat.
Yeah, it should be two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
To listen, to know what is flank, what is a flank, a rib, a steak, a Brust and Supfleisch, breast and soup meat. Das hat gemusst wissen, zu verstehen die Bestellungen, that he needed to know that in order to understand the orders, was Kunden geben herein, that customers give. Salman hat ihm euch mitgenommen jedermal. Salman also took him every time. Was is gefahren zu der Beune, when he went to the slaughterhouse, optreiben Fleisch für sein Jacke, to collect meat for his butchery. Hat Meyer gesagt, he told Meyer, nimm sich gut herein in der Machschobe, die Dosika sagt, grasp this, take it deep into your thoughts. Später wirst du es davon tun, mir, observe what I'm doing and put it in your brain so that later you will be able to do it without me. Ich habe dir doch gesagt, after all I've told you, ob du wirst sich losen lernen, if you'll allow yourself to be taught, gorkig sein ob du wirst sich losen lernen, wirst du gorkig sein Leid mit Leiden gleich. If you will allow yourself to pick up things to learn, you will quickly become a person among other people, equal to others. I think I should.
Okay.
Good advice. Yeah.
Meyer is gewinn zufrieden. Meyer was content with what Zalman had said. For him is das als gewinn nahe. For him, everything was new. Die Erfahrung hat ihm verinteressiert. Es wird ihm helfen in der Arbeit. The experience interested him, and it would help him in his work. Helfen zu verdienen mehr. Helfen und Salmen soll ihm geben a mehr wichtiger, mehr verantwortliche Stelle mit a höheren Lohn. So it interested him, and it would help him in his work. It would help him to earn more, and help him that assist that Zalman should give him more important and more responsible jobs with higher pay. Und otter sei arbeiten dick und lernen dick und mehr fantasiert. So in this way, working and studying mehr fantasized, wird der Griechen zu sein für sich ungezeichneten sein wird der Griechen zu sein für sich ungezeichneten Ziel. So he fantasized that he would achieve his intended goal. Oft, wenn im Ganzen beherrscht von Fantasia Chaläumes, hat sich gesehen frei von jeder Arbeit, sich gewidmet im Ganzen zu seinen Limudim. And often, when he was completely dominated by his fantasies and dreams, he saw himself as free from any kind of work and that he would be able to dedicate himself completely to his studies. Aber bald hat die Wirklichkeit ihm ausgenichtet, but soon the reality sobered him up.
Mhm.
Wie ein Muck hat a Gedanke gepickt und gewarnt, like a gnat or a mosquito. The thought nibbled at him and warned, sei nicht kein Scheute und stell nicht auf für sich luftige Palatzen. Don't be a fool and don't build up castles in the air. Der Weg vor euch is noch lang und weit. The road ahead is still long and far. Du trittst noch nicht auf a festen Boden. You're not yet treading on firm ground. Tief in dein Herzen bist du doch nicht im Ganzen zufrieden mit deiner Arbeit. Deep in your heart, you're not completely satisfied with the work that you're doing. Du willst dich einreden und beruhigen und du bist ja zufrieden, aber you're trying to convince yourself and to calm yourself that you are content, but der dosige stiller Gedank, die dosige in einem Unterbewusstsein Stimme hat gerät hecher und drohendicker jeder Tag, jedes Mal, was ist gekommen auf der Beine. And this quiet thought, this thought in his, this subconscious voice, which spoke more loudly and more threateningly each day, each time when he came into the slaughterhouse or the abattoir. Die Boine hat sich gefunden ein Stück hinter der Stadt. The slaughterhouse was placed outside the town, the city. A Größe von Holz und Blechgebäude. It was a large wood and corrugated iron building. Es hat enthalten und sich es hat enthalten in sich Abteilungen für jeden und nicht jeden. It contained within it divisions for departments for Jews and for non-Jews. Es hat euch gehabt a großen Kielkammer, and it also had a large cold room. Hinter der Gebäude, in einem herumgezäumten, samtigen Häuf, seinen gestanden Greit abgesündert durch Drott Behemes, Schepsen, Chaserim, was man hat gedacht, Schäften für Tagfleisch. Behind the building, in an enclosed sandy yard, there stood ready, separated by means of wire, cows, sheep, pigs, which had to be slaughtered for the daily meat. Arum der Boine is euch gewinn stark samdig. Around the slaughterhouse, it was also very sandy. In wintige Tag hat der Sand sich zerschotten in der Boine über Menschen und Beheime. So on windy days, the sand was scattered, that was scattered in the slaughterhouse. It was scattered or strewn over people and animals. Und hat sich ausgemischt mit das Blut und Mist. And it became mixed in with the blood and the dung. Was ist ständig gelegen auf dem Dill, which was always lying on the ground, on the floor. Hat gekritzt unter die Zähne. And it sort of was ground between the teeth. Das Brummen von Ochsen, das Merken von Schäpsen und die grillsen dicke Quitsches von Chaserim hat man gehört weit von der Boine. The lowing of oxen, the bleating of the sheep, and the harsh squeals of the pigs could be heard far from the slaughterhouse. Oxen hat man reingeschleppt mit a Kate. They dragged the oxen in with a chain. Was is gewinn verworfen über seine Herner. This chain which was thrown over their horns. Der zweite Breg von dem Kate ist gewinn durchgenommen durch einen eisernen Ring, the other end of the chain was threaded through an iron ring, was es gesessen fest in der Erd und zugebunden zu a rod, and it was connected to an iron ring which was firmly placed in the ground and attached to a wheel, was hat gezeugendigkeit, and this wheel drew the chain. Azayarum is der Ochs reingekommen mit dem Kopf gebeugen tief zu der Erde. And in this way, the ox came in with his head bent low towards the ground, die Augen verlaufen mit Blut, his eyes covered with blood. Brummendig retzichedig, zu lieb dem Reich vom Blut, and it was lowing retzichedig desperately because of the smell of the blood. Und in seinen Nosleser, the smell of the blood in his nostrils. Aber hat tekef bekommen a Teutklapp mit a schweren Hammer, but he soon received a death blow with a heavy hammer, oder a Stoch mit a Messer zwischen die Hörner, or a Stoch, a
stick, a hit,
No, a stoch is a
stoch.
stab.
Like a stab, that's it, a stab.
Like,
yeah.
Stab with a knife between the horns. I'm not sure
we'll all become vegetarians, yeah?
After this
I'm
description,
not sure
for sure.
it's completely necessary.
You know, there was in that book, there was another, what wasn't it in the Mamzer, that there was also, we read together the description of the killing of the animals. Yeah, and it was similarly described in detail and horrifying. It was similar. Anyway, that was
okay.
Zalman Schneer.
Zalman Schneer, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, bei jedem hat man die Beheime auf die hinterste Fies gebunden mit der Kette. As with the Jews, they bound the animal with the animal's hind legs with a chain, verdreht dem Hals auf a roof, and they twisted its neck upwards. Und scheuchet euch die Mahmedaner haben scheuchet mit a 16 oder 18 zolligen Chalef, tut a schnellen Vier mit dem Chalef über den Hals von dem Ochs, was schneit über alle Oderen mit einmal. So they bent the neck upwards, and the shochet, the slaughterer, and also the Muslims have a slaughterer, and he with a 16 or an 18, perhaps it's an inch chalaf, slaughtering knife, he did a very quick swipe with the slaughtering knife over the throat of the ox and cut through all the vessels with one blow. Die Beheme warf sich, kroppet, precht mit die letzte Keuches. Das Blut schwenkt über den Diel und unter der Beheme. Die Augen keulern sich, werden vergläst und schön geendigt erleben. So the animal twists itself and groans and gasps with its last strength, and the blood pours over the floor under the animal. It rolls its eyes, and they become glazed, and then a life is ended. A ships nimmt auf ihr Geurel ruhiger. A sheep accepts his fate more calmly. Ihre Protesten seien schwacher. Its protests are weaker. Der Fahr rührendiger. And for that reason, they're even more moving. Mehr. Was hat man zu mir? What's going on? Sie guckt da so verlassen treurig. The sheep looks disoriented and sadly. Übergeschnitten dem Hals liegt sie noch a Schemetz von a Rege still, with its throat cut. It lies for a moment. It lies still. Wie sie wollte werden verstehen, as if it wanted to understand was man hat getan mit ihr, what had happened to it. Wenn es hebt an ihr Fellen Atem, hebt sie etwas unter dem Kopf, aber lässt sich Teike fallen zurück mit der Tempenklapp. Die gebundene Fies treißeln sich, vibrieren, der Guff scheudert und man schint schön die Fell. When they lift up its when it's with its last breath, it slightly lifts its head up, but immediately it falls down again with a dull sound. Its bound feet shiver, they vibrate and shudder, and they immediately begin to skin the hide. A chazer arbet maasim farentoit. A pig does act before its death. Seine grillsendicke Geschreien zertrockt sich of a mahalach. Its harsh cries carry over a distance. Warft und schleudert sich. It twists and hurls itself. Und ob es gelingt, gelingt ihm zu bekommen, Lois auf Fuß, reißt sein eigen Fleisch mit seinen scharfen Nägeln. And if it manages to free one of its legs, it even tears its own flesh with its sharp hooves. Die erste Zeit hat Meir stark gelitten von dieser dosige Szenes. Initially, Meir suffered greatly seeing these scenes. Es hat ihm angefühlt mit Gräuel und Ekel. It filled him with horror and revulsion. Es hat herausgerufen bei ihm in Sikoren Szenes von einem Pogrom, was hat übergelebt in sein Städtel. It aroused in him memories of the scenes of the pogrom, which he had experienced in his village. Wie is geboren, in the town that he was born. Die Teute und Gewundete, die herzreißendike Scenes von Besalem, the dead and the wounded, the heart-rending scenes in the cemetery. Die ganze Welt aboine, the whole world was a slaughterhouse.